Hi, you're with Mark and Diane at Real Estate News and Views. And Mark, the October numbers are in.
Yeah. Are they? I'm going to assume when we did a preliminary video, they were down. So I'm going to assume they're down with the real numbers in place today.
They are.
Yeah. Which, you know what? And I think they're going to continue to go down. Let's talk about that for a couple minutes before we dive in.
Mm-hmm.
We just had a budget rollover yesterday. People are taking that in. Government's cutting jobs. Employment's going to go up. Spending's going to go up on their side. A lot of people think that's going to cost more for standard living is going to be harder for Canadians. We've seen TIFF come out and say that. It's going to be tough. I'm not getting the warm and fuzzies about next year. I'm getting calls from people. We may list now, but we were thinking more this spring. Why would you want to list in the spring when everybody lists in the spring, right? I don't know. We had a dismal spring in this year compared to 2024. So I'm concerned about the real estate market. I really am concerned about it. Um, I wish it would get better. I just think there's more pain to come, and I don't know how much. I'm not going to say they're going like that, no, but we might be just maintaining what we have, right? And with the
Yes.
lens of inventory, I'm concerned. I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think that the inventory levels still are just like way too high.
Yeah, there was only today's before jumping on there. I checked the board. Six properties is sold firm and buried today. Six. That's it.
I
And
know.
time of the month, but you know what I mean? It's, you know, we're into
Listen,
crap.
I thought October, honestly, September wasn't horrible. We actually saw a bit of an increase in stuff. So
Yep.
I was hoping we were on a little bit of an upward trajectory, at least a little bit. But
I know we were, but October killed that. And, it's still
and
the
the
dark.
weather's been beautiful.
Weather's been outstanding. Summer
Like
descended.
for October, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And my sister's telling me the other day that apparently, and I don't know if you've seen this, apparently this weekend we're supposed to get snow or some damn thing.
Saw that. I saw that. Yep. It's
You saw
coming.
it too, eh? Like
Yes,
October, the weather was unseasonably nice, I thought.
it was. But anyway, let's go in the numbers. Like this content, definitely subscribe for more information on the Barrie and Simcoe real estate market. And if you want an honest opinion, you know where to come.
Okay, Mark, you ready?
Yeah, let's take it away.
So last year there was 192 sales. This year, 173.
Yeah,
That's
that.
more than 10%, is it? I had to mess up the
I don't
math
know.
there.
Hang on a second. It's possible. I don't know. Hang on a second.
Well, it's 9.8, yeah.
Yeah, it's 9.8, 10%. It's close to rounded up. So
I
you're
rounded it up, yeah.
10%. Yeah. I mean,
Well,
and you
it's
look
kind of
back.
scary. It's kind of scary because like we've been below, 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 and then we actually had 2 months in a row,
I know.
right?
I know. I know. We were hoping for that, but we've seen a lot of product come on. We've seen a lot of listings come on in the month, week over week, right? Inventory
Well,
ballooned up.
now though, saying that our inventory level actually is down a little bit. So there was 788 last year.
Yeah.
This year there's 918.
It's up 14%. We
But
can't
that's the lowest number it's been all year though,
for sure. Well, as a percentage,
as a
yes,
percentage, yeah.
right. But look at the time of year. We've seen a lot of properties drop off. You know, we're not seeing it drop off due to sales.
No.
We're seeing it drop off saying we can't. Obviously, we didn't get a price. It's time to say stop it right now. Let's revisit this in the new year, or
Well,
we changed our mind.
you know another thing too, Mark? We've seen there's a lot of rentals out there
There is at the end. Let's just pull up the rentals. Why don't you pull them up now? We're on it. Might as well see. We are
because I think a lot of people are just going to like, you know what? Let's just rent it out.
well, I'm not going to say a lot because this LTP is a disaster. So we're, I'm just not feeling the warm and fuzzies that people are making those, I'm going to say stupid decisions because, I went an appointment this week and about on a listing and, and they think maybe rent out. And I said, don't rent it out. you're not going to get this property back the way that you left it. It's too uncertain.
No, that's the other problem, right? Is
No,
that what are you going to get back?
yeah, it's not good how they're going to get it back, right? It's a beautiful home. So no one wants to see their properties destroyed. And but some will, some seasoned people will say, hey, you know what? If you get the right people representing you, and I always say this, I get calls about renting properties out and I talk them out. I want them to go to property manager because I believe they could do a better job than I can.
So,
And that,
Mark, they're saying freehold properties
Mhm.
for rent right now, just in the city, 296.
Yeah, put condos next.
So remember the 296.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
it is. We're seeing rents come down. We are due to supply.
Yeah, the supply is crazy, right?
Mhm. Yep.
101.
There you go. 397.
That's huge.
It's a big number. A lot of properties are available. And right now is not the time to rent out your property, meaning because it's a seasonal based business in a sense.
Yeah,
We're
so
moving in December, January, February, March. They're just not. Unless they're
okay, Mark 2, I want to make mention of this. The Canadian Mental Health Association is actually renting out a basement apartment from my client. They actually do the lease with him, and then they put in they're helping people transition,
okay.
and they put in clients in the property. They go there every day or two to make sure that people are okay and everything's good. If it's not a fit and there's any kind of issues and the client isn't upholding what they're supposed to, they put a different person in. The association is paying the rent, and their budget's 1560 a month, I think, for like a one bedroom basement. And most of the people don't have vehicles.
Right.
So we had a challenge because we didn't really have a parking spot.
Right. Yeah.
And this way too, you never have to worry about the LTB or anything either,
Why?
because your contract is with the Canadian Mental Health Association. It's not with the tenant. You don't
So
have a,
property
you can
damage,
cancel at any time.
the property's damage is does the K mental health pick up the tab for it?
I didn't see the contract yet because actually,
That'd be a good one to find
well,
out.
she told me they go there every day or two.
Yeah, but okay, we come back today and it's great. And you come back and someone who's got some mental health issues destroys the place and hasn't falls off the deep end. Possible, right? Like it's possible.
It is, but I also think
Probably unlikely, but it's possible.
it's also a way to guarantee your rent, and it's also a way to help people if you're so inclined. Like they are very diligent about who they're putting in there.
They're going to have to be, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. But you know, there's still some better risk than less risk than taking someone you don't know,
Well, that's my
right?
issue.
Or
Yeah.
you know, so it's a bit better risk that way. And you know, I've had clients that have done that. They've triplex and they've rented out rooms to similar agencies, and they in the beginning it was a bit of work, but it ironed out itself pretty decent. They haven't had many problems.
Yeah. So
It's
I
worth.
just wanted to put it out there. I didn't
Yeah,
know they did that.
no, it's not a bad thing. Good. Let's go back to those numbers.
Yeah. So the average sale price looked like it went up a little bit, but I mean, we don't really believe in that anyway, do we?
No, because it's based on what's selling, right? If we had some higher price, and we've seen some higher price properties sell in October,
I did too.
right? We've seen that. So that's going to drive up thing. But I'm just still concerned with the 10% or 14% increase in listings. And that's been year over year, double digit increases, right?
Hmm.
And to that point, we don't know what 2026 is going to be. I'm not very optimistic about it, but that's just my opinion. It's not everybody's opinion. But I'm also concerned about the 2.1 million mortgages that are going to renew next year. How is that impact going to be on the market?
Well, there was a lot this year too, though.
This year, I don't know the exact amount, but I found out the amount for next year is 2.1 million. That's a lot of homes. That's a lot of mortgages renewing. Some will be okay, some won't. We're not seeing power sale properties, right? But This is
The
a lot.
ones that I am seeing, actually, hold on. The ones that I am seeing are private power sales where it's a second, I think it's a second mortgage.
Yeah, it's still a power sale. Doesn't matter which, right? They're not getting paid, so they're putting their foot down and getting possession. So I don't know.
So in 20, well, did you have Canadians or people in Ontario?
It's Canada.
Well, in 2025, apparently there was 1.2 million in 2025.
Okay, so now 2026 is 2.1.
It's saying this is part of a larger trend with roughly 60% of all Canadian mortgages set to renew in either 2025 or 2026.
That's a big number, right? And where I'm more concerned next year is really due to the economic state that we're in right now, that we're seeing companies laying off. We're seeing Scotiabank's cutting 2,500 jobs. We see now the federal government, their budget's cutting jobs. We see Nestle cutting jobs. We've seen a plant in Lindsay, a furniture plant, move to the US, 400 jobs. We're seeing lots of these things. We're seeing the automotive sector get decimated. We see the steel industry getting decimated.
Yeah.
Transportation would be off.
Even retail.
For sure, Costco have come out and said, you know what, this is going to be a rosy fourth quarter. In a sense, they didn't really go deep on it, but they talked about more of the Christmas kind of, they didn't really go deep. And it's my brother told me about it, where they're forecasting, we don't know yet how it's
Well,
all
well, look at Starbucks.
Starbucks, right? And you look at McDonald's, they reported earnings yesterday. They beat estimates, but they fell on profit. And I didn't scan the article. I just read about a headline number two, and they talked about that income person that going to McDonald's isn't buying the extras, they're cutting back.
Yeah.
Right? It's that consumer bracket that's feeling the pinch, and rightly so. Right? So I don't know. It's
It's going to be interesting.
going to be interesting. And I think for people that are thinking of buying and selling, hey, buyers, there's some opportunities out there for sure, right? Properties are 25 to 28%, 30% in some categories off from the peak
Yeah,
and are coming down. But are we going to see that trend go lower? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know.
we don't know. So year to date, 1902 last year, 1731 this year, still down 9%, which is the same as last year
Yeah.
or last month.
Yeah. So that's the thing. We're not going to finish the year on a positive note. We're not. It's going to be a declining market at the end of the year too. We're going to see that because we got November left and December is definitely flat. So
Yeah, we're not. It's not going to rebound there.
it's not it's not
It's
going.
not. So I got it broken down by price ranges.
Okay, let me just get my calculator here because I like to do them.
So
Okay.
between 5 and 600 mark, 57 active, 28 sales this year, 13 last year.
Okay, hang on.
So that is
50% increase in sales.
54%. Whoa.
I got 49% here. I don't know. Maybe,
15 divided by 57.
hang on. Yeah, hang on a second. Where do you get 15 from?
The difference between 28 and 13.
Oh, sorry, I'm taking the wrong number here. I misjudged it. Hang on.
Actually, it's 26%.
Okay. So let's talk about that. Where last month in that range it was up 57%. In September it was up 63%.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So and hence we have a 9% or 10% shortfall in transactions, right? So
Mm-hmm.
still some inventory, but that relatively when we look at it, we've seen some strong growth in that lower price point range. But from month to month, big drop off from almost half
There's, yes, yes.
drop off in that lower price range. I was expecting to see it higher than 26%,
Me too.
right?
Yep.
So, so 26%, 74% still sitting in the market. We see some inventory, and that's going to be consistent throughout all these ranges. Some are selling, most aren't.
No. So between 6 and 7, this is shocking to me. 143 listings.
A lot of product, eh?
That's a lot of product at that price range.
A ton.
46 sales this year, 35 last year. So it is up 24%. But I think
It
we
was
have
up.
way more actives in that range than we ever have.
We've had a lot of inventory in that range, right?
Yeah.
A lot of product. So again, 75%, 76% is not selling. A fraction of the products are selling. Like I go to clients' homes and we talk about the market and we talk about, and I often bring these numbers up because I know them so well and they just fly off my tongue. And it's almost like they're wishful thinking or thinking that they can get more and more. When I drop the bomb going, you know what, 75% is not selling or 85% is not selling in your category range. How are you going
Mhm.
to how are you going to be the part of the equation that's selling? And if they haven't done enough or if their price isn't sharp enough, they're not going to sell. It's not going to work out.
Well, no, like, I mean, you have to realize that when 75% are not selling, you better figure out why the 25% are,
Mhm.
and you need to be in that category. So, like, when people go on realtor.ca and they're looking at listings and they're going at a certain price range, you better look damn better than anything else because
Well,
they're not going to every house, Mark. They're only picking so many.
so you know what our next video should be this week, if not next week, is we'll pick one of these ranges and we'll go, okay, we're going to go over the 25% as an example of that are selling, and
Yeah.
we're going to keep the listings.
Yes.
That would be good that would be good information because then we're showing the viewers of exactly why it's selling. And we're going to see all sorts of things. We're going to see price being the motivator, presentation being the motivator. We're going to see high price, but came down, found the right price point to match what the buyer's willing to pay. We're going to see the same stuff as we would in most ranges.
Exactly, exactly. And it also makes you, um, I'll stop sharing for a second. I try to tell people, right now the computer sells. People go on, they look at pictures, and they're going to pick their top 5 or so to even go look at.
Yeah, I wouldn't go more than showing five at a time. That's
So you have to at least in your price range stand out to a degree where somebody's going to be like, "Oh, I want to see that one."
right. Right.
And it's hard because there's a lot to choose from
There's a lot to choose from. It's going to take some time to go through the top five in that price range. And
and
how many
find them. Yeah,
find them and how many times did we go through listings and we go, oh, we can just tell they're not professional photos. Photos sell properties,
they do.
right? So it's important to have that. So
So between 7 and 8, Mark.
okay,
This is our highest category of inventory, 195.
that's crazy.
Only 43 sales last year, 54. So we actually dropped. Actually, in every single category now from 700 and up, we drop.
And then I remember last month too, we were positive in that price range, 7 to 8 range.
Yeah,
Positive. It started to come down the 8 to 9. So yeah. So it's safe to say buyers dropped off in October.
they did exactly.
It's not
Eight
hard.
to nine, 100 listings, only 13 sales, 26 last year. That's a drop of 50%.
Yeah, well, 50%. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that's a huge drop.
Big drop. It's a big drop, right? It's a big drop. And when we compare the inventory levels and 13 is selling, it's like it's like 87% isn't selling. Like it's massive.
I
Like
know.
it's a massive, and you got to let that sink through, right? Like I wish the numbers are lying, but they don't lie.
No.
It's really, you really got to do more today to sell your property. You just have to. You got to do
Well,
a ton more.
And if you're not really motivated, if you're in a, well, let's just see,
Don't list.
don't even bother.
Don't bother. Because these are the numbers say don't bother. I go by these
Exactly.
numbers. I don't really go by these numbers. When I get a listing, I don't go, oh yeah, that range is flying off the shelves. That's misleading because it's not.
Well,
For the
that's
most part, I'm
exactly.
going, well, do you know that 75% of that inventory in your price range is not selling today?
Yeah. Well, and between 7 and 8, there's almost 200 listings that you are competing against.
I, you gotta, sellers gotta look at that. We know buyers are looking at these numbers, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So
Depending that,
9 to 1 million, only 65 active, which is the second lowest group, which is kind of odd to me.
yeah, yeah,
14 sales, but 23 last month.
yeah, yeah.
How
You,
much that so that's a pretty decent drop too.
yeah,
That
it's
is.
39%, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's big, right? Transactions are 39%, right? So, and again, that's a lower range, right? It's meaning that it's a lower inventory range. Sorry, not a lot
Yeah,
of
I
pro.
was gonna say, Mark, I don't know what you're thinking,
Yeah,
but
I know I had to look at the wrong number here,
that
but
that's not a low price point.
no, no, but the inventory number, like it's pretty low, but still 60% aren't selling. Again, we expect to see this in higher ranges, right? We have been, it's been that way for the last few years, and it's going to continue until we see some, reduction in the bank cannon. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to get people motivated. I hope it is, but I
Mark,
don't.
these interest rate cuts have been doing nothing.
Nothing at all. And I got that question this week. Well, there's going to be another rate cut probably. Yeah, they're doing nothing. We're not seeing nothing come out of positive come out of it, except that I'm glad for variable rate mortgage people are getting a bit more relief.
Well, I had one of my sellers say the same thing. Well, Diane, the market should be picking up because there was just a rate decrease. And I said, it's doing nothing. Just so you know, like it's
Right.
not doing anything.
It's not. Market's really tough right now, and we know why. We say it over and over again. I don't even want to say it anymore.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so in the over a million, our actives are 118. We sold 13, last year 18, so we're down.
Yeah, hang on, let me just get that. Yeah,
I mean, actually,
33% transactions down. But when we look at that inventory, of 13. Yeah, I don't really need to do it. It's like
I got 28% down. But
it's
either way, yeah, I mean, like to do the number of percentage not selling is,
like 88%, 89%. It's huge, right? It's a big number. And I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting year. I don't know. It's gonna be we thought real estate was tough in 2024. It got tougher in 2025. What's it gonna
well,
be in
and you
2026?
know what, Mark? I say this all the time to people. Like last year, there was all these news articles and all this nonsense about how last year 2024 was like the slowest year in 25 years.
I know.
And this year's been even worse. But you don't hear that, eh?
No, we don't. We don't. Right? We see
Like,
the numbers. We're extrapolating those numbers and we're seeing some things. We're the ones that are on the front lines of this industry, right? We're seeing what's going on. We can see by the numbers, right? The
well, and
numbers,
you get a feel, right? Like every day you look at the board. Like I've been looking at the board. I told you, um, it's actually even kind of boring watching it now. There's not much like nothing's happening.
no, but I'm still seeing some listings up, listing up. You got 3 weeks to sell that thing, as far as I'm concerned, right? It's going to be a tough sell, and these people with that are have listings that are vacant, they better start making plans for people to get into cleaning driveways and
Yes.
getting some people watching that home. and making sure that the furnace is working properly. Except
Yes.
because that home's not vacant. That house is not being consistently being managed. Bad things can happen. So
Well, and that's one thing I want to tell people because I've had it in the past with vacant houses, and sellers still have to maintain the driveway, maintain the steps, put salt there. If you have to pay somebody to do it, or you have to do it, you can get sued. Like you have to allow access and people to get up there, and not that they're going to kill themselves either.
for sure, 100%. And anyone that has those properties now and has an offer coming in, you work hard with it because you don't really want to maintain that. There could be some motivation there for them to, you know, hey, we got 3 weeks left or a month left. We better take a look at our price strategy again. Maybe we need to change gears here.
Yes.
I sold a house back, not even sorry, I listed a house on Nealance. This is, oh God, probably 10, 12 years ago now. I got a call from Realtor to go show it. And it was in March. Yeah, February, March. It was vacant. So I hear water running. Maybe they're here cleaning. I don't know. I go in and nothing. Okay. Then I go upstairs. The toilet, the seal busted or the line
Yep.
went down, went down. There's $150,000 worth of damage.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
So that is a trick. Remember, I told you. So, people, I know we're almost out at the end of our video, but I did an open house this weekend in a house without a toilet. And the reason why they have toilets, Mark, but they shut off the water lines to the toilets just because of that, because it's vacant.
I
And
agree.
then I went and used an outhouse and dropped my phone down the outhouse hole. And if anybody needs some information on what to do when you drop your phone in an
Uh,
outhouse hole, let me
Yeah,
know because I can help you with that. What a disaster. But anyway,
yeah,
that's why they have the water line shut off.
100%. You got to have a plan. Because I think when we did a video, maybe it was a year and a half ago, we saw like 20 or 30% of the homes in the market were vacant. That's a big, big number. We
There's
see it
a,
today. There's a
oop,
ton,
I was gonna say there's a ton
a
vacant.
ton. So you better have a plan. And I have one of those vacant homes. You know what I do? Is I go every 2 days
Yeah.
home. And I was there last week and Kyle was doing some work and I got this heat turned up. Well, we changed the batteries in the thermostat. Went back the next day. Again, the weather was okay. Oh my God, it's freezing like 54. So then I said, you know what? We need to call a furnace guy. Furnace guy's there today as we speak. Better come over. Worried about this colder weather coming because we know it's coming. We can't afford to have that furnace turn off. So we need to make sure that we get a technician in here to check that, safeguard it, because the home is vacant. Insurance companies want, they would have, if a claim ever happened, they'd want to say, okay, where's your log of checking the home? And I always send them a text. Okay, check the home today. All is good. Make sure
I
you
think
report.
yeah, I heard it was like it had to be checked at least every 3 days or something.
I go every 2 days.
Hmm.
Drop a text all the time, just to make sure, right? Because we don't know,
No, I
right?
know you have to. And
Mine is
that's why there's going to be people in November doing that. Okay, you know what? I don't want to do this all the whole winter.
no,
We need to drop the price and get it gone.
100%, 100%. Your window's closing in. All
Yep.
right, let's wrap it up. It was good.
Perfect. See
Okay,
ya.
thank you.